On a day marked by changes, they came in multitudes. Changes in England's lineup, changes in England's batting fortunes, changes in the West Indies' bowling form. But the one thing that didn't change was the intrigue that the first day of the second test between England and the West Indies had to offer in Manchester. This is how day one panned out. Roston Chase draws first blood. Dominic Sibley holds fort. And Ben Stokes takes charge. On a gloomy, overcast morning in Manchester, the toss for the second test was delayed, and when it happened, it fell down in favour of the West Indies captain Jason Holder, who, on a track that everyone labelled a road, wanted to bowl first and make the most of the overcast conditions. But that was not news. The news was coming from the English camp, where they made as many as 4 changes. Returning captain Joe Root changed the entire pace attack from the first test match, bringing in an all-new pace attack. While the game started with all the players standing in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, there was solidarity in that top order as well. Rory Burns and Dominic Sibley fended off a new ball attack. Although there were contributions to that by the West Indies' new ball bowlers as well, who squandered an opportunity with the new ball, which was doing things in the air as well as off the pitch. But they were all over the place with their lines and lengths. That is why in the first session of play, no wicket went to the West Indies pacers. But just at the stroke of lunch, spinner Roston Chase came in, spun one and thud right into Rory Burns' pads. It seemed plumb. The on-field call was out. Burns reviewed it, only to his dismay for the review to show that it was out plumb. England were one man down heading into lunch. On the other side of lunch, Roston Chase wasn't done. The first ball after lunch, he spins it again. Zach Crawley is caught napping. He edges one straight to the leg slips. England are 2 down with Roston Chase on a hat-trick. And although the hat-trick never came, he troubled Joe Root and Dom Sibley alike. But once Joe Root had shrugged off his rustiness, he was out there trying to make the most of all his chances, scoring shots, ensuring that the scoreboard kept ticking over, as Dom Sibley and Joe Root put together a 52-run stand before Alzari Joseph came in and tempted Joe Root to drive it one outside the off stump. He was caught in the slips. Out walked Ben Stokes to bat with Dom Sibley, and the two of them were very circumspect. They were cautious. They didn't take any risks as they headed to tea without any further damage to the England batting order. But on the other side of tea, when Ben Stokes and Dom Sibley stepped out, they were even more cautious than they were in the second session. Of the first 23 balls, they only scored 1 run. But once they were settled in, especially Ben Stokes, he played his shots. He ensured that the scoreboard kept ticking over and things out there were active. While Dom Sibley at the other end was solid as always, bringing up his back-to-back half-century in this test series, while also consolidating his position at the top of that English order. By the end of day one, both Ben Stokes and Dominic Sibley had put together 126 runs and they were unbeaten. While the West Indies' pace attack looked off colour, especially man of the match from the last game, Shannon Gabriel, struggling with his hamstring. The English start was wobbly, but by the end of day one, they are in a solid position with West Indies' pacers huffing and puffing. The pitch in Manchester is expected to get quicker on day 2. Will the West Indies make the most of it, or will England keep adding to that already large runs tally? Day 2 has all the answers.